So exciting, we're starting tonight with a great example of equity and diversity at Lambeth Public School in London. As we all know, the first week of November was observed as Treaties Recognition Week across Canada. In Thames Valley, we honor Treaties Recognition Week and educate our students on treaty rights and the relationships and importance of acknowledging the territories of the First Nations communities where we gather and learn. In this photo, Vice Principal Christina Breen shares a wonderful display created for Lambeth Public School students to recognize this important week. Vice Principal Breen stated that the bulletin board sparked a lot of learning and discussion about our responsibilities as treaty people. Thank you, Vice Principal Breen. Moving now to A.J. Baker Public School in Oxford County. They celebrated the rich cultural background of staff and students as they shared their heritage this month. The school invited each class to share where they or their families immigrated to Canada from on a large map placed prominently in the hallway. Each class used different colored pins to add to their student's story to the school board's overall story. Principal Patel said it was a great time watching and hearing students share what they know about their own heritage. In Elgin County, Stratfordville Public School students in grades 7 and 8 took advantage of the many non-permanent vertical surfaces placed on the walls of their thinking classroom while working in groups to complete their weekly math problems. Ms. Schneed said the class was engaged, focused, and enjoyed sharing their unique thinking for strategies with one another. And trustees, I encourage you, when you have school visits, if you ever can participate in a lesson in a thinking classroom, you will see how exciting that type of learning is. Moving to Lucan and Wilberforce Public School in Middlesex County as part of their recent math lesson, grade 3 students in Mrs. McBurney's class were asked to design, build, and advertise a model home. Students listed their homes on a website they constructed together as a class and shared with other classes in the school. They love seeing their offers start coming in from their peers, said Mrs. McBurney. We know the market is very hot, so they're going to use this data for future lessons. Moving now to Tilsonburg and Westfield Public School, this grade 4-5 class are learning about listening for pauses in language, for example, when someone takes a breath, and using them in their own writing. The students have been studying the writing strategies of New York Times best-selling author Jennifer Saravello. And thank you to grade 4-5 teacher Kelly DeSalvo for that submission. Now in South Dorchester and Belmont, the literacy team is hardworking bunch of individuals who continually strive to improve student achievement at their school. Here the team spends their lunch break digging into deeper data to look for trends and establish goals for the whole class as well as small group instruction. And thank you to Principal Sandham. At Jack Chambers Public School in London, pride was on full display recently as the school showcased the many positive things that students had to say about their school. A great example of using student voice to celebrate achievements, reflect on strengths, and build a positive relationship within the school community. And finally, relationships on display at Medway High School. On a beautiful fall Sunday morning, students from Medway High School showed their excellent environmental stewardship as they cleaned up trash from Weldon Park in Arva. This is a wonderful example of building relationships amongst peers and within the community as the cleanup project was in partnership with the Upper Thames Conservation Authority. These 10 student volunteers also completed fall maintenance on trees that were donated and planted as a memorial in the park. And thank you to Deanna Hughes, a geography teacher at Medway. Chair Pizzolatto, that is Director's News from the system for tonight.